sunshine. And today, oh my goodness, folks. Today I watched impeachment day 2, mostly listened to as I was doing a lot of other things yesterday, and even not seeing the video was just deeply moved by what I heard. And yeah, and part of spreading sunshine, as we all know, is shining light on truth. And it's good that we can see the truth all kind of put together in that trial, and at one time to definitely understand what happened and just how dangerous it was, how close we came, how still, even after that, some people will see it differently than others. I can't believe it. But it happened yesterday. I mean, the day 2 of the impeachment trial was yesterday. And, I'm going on 200 of these broadcasts, and it's trying to, spreading a little sunshine, lifting us up. I think it is so important that we take in history as it's being made. That's part of the sunshine, that we take it in, that we acknowledge it, that we understand it, because we're living it. What's happened in the last year with the pandemic and the insurrection and the election will be chapters in a history book, and we're living it today. And being able to process that, being able to understand it is critical. And so I want to mark this day in my broadcast. I'll go back and look at it years from now, and I'll probably still be in shock. I'm going to mark it. I'm going to show some video. Watch it with me. Take it in. I'm sure most of you have watched it yesterday already. But let's make sure we mark this day in history. And I'll show this video, and I'll let you know that I do have a guest tomorrow as well. Be a little bit more uplifting tomorrow, but got to do it. Got to do it. So here you go.
Give our lawmakers the gift of discernment so that they will know truth from falsehood.
Democracy needs a ground to stand upon, and that ground is the truth. To us, it may have felt like chaos and madness, but there was method in the madness.
We will never give in. We will never give up. We will never back down. We will never, ever surrender.
He knew when he took that podium on that fateful morning that those in attendance had heeded his words, and they were waiting for his orders to begin fighting.
Fight for Trump! Fight for Trump!
Note, as the video begins, we are seeing the inside view as the mob approaches from outside and beats the windows and doors. I want you to pay attention to the first group of assailants as they break into the building. The second man through the window is wearing full tactical body armor and is carrying a baseball bat. Others are carrying riot shields. Although they were shouting that they did not have any weapons, we know from the earlier video that that's not true. The second assailant through that breach was the one carrying a metal baseball bat. We know there were other weapons there that day. Did you hear the other shouts? We're here for you. He's one person, we're thousands. And where do they count the votes?
Inside the House chamber, a security officer suspended the floor debate to update members.
Please be advised there are masks under your seats.
We were told there were tear gas masks underneath our seats and be prepared to grab them. Determined to keep the count going, Chairman McGovern called the House back into session. But only 4 minutes later, at 2:30 p.m., the House abruptly recessed. Although members were now being moved to another location, the mob continued to fight, to stop the count, to find the members, to engage with the police. The building was not yet secure.
In this security footage, you can see Officer Goodman running to respond to the initial breach. Officer Goodman passes Senator Mitt Romney and directs him to turn around in order to get to safety. Vice President Pence was still in the room near the Senate chamber. It was not until 2:26 that he was evacuated to a secure location. You can see Vice President Pence and his family quickly move down the stairs. The Vice President turns around briefly as he's headed down. As Pence was being evacuated, rioters started to spread throughout the Capitol.
As horrific as it was, 140 officers injured, 3 officers who ultimately lost their lives. We all know that awful day could have been so much worse. The only reason it was not was because of the extraordinary bravery of the men and women of the Capitol Police and the Metropolitan Police Departments.
Trump's supporters had erected a gallows on the lawn in front of the Capitol building, and they said that anyone they got their hands on, they would have killed, including Nancy Pelosi, and that, quote, they would have killed Vice President Mike Pence if given the chance. They were talking about assassinating the Vice President of the United States. So pillage and vandalize the Speaker's office and documented their crimes on social media. They stole objects, desecrated the office of the Speaker of the House of Representatives of the United States.
Additional security footage shows how Leader Schumer and the members of his protective detail had a near miss with the mob. They came within just yards of rioters and had to turn around.
See, the crowd is using munitions against us. They have bear spray in the crowd. Bear spray in the crowd.
This video shows how the sprays that were described were used against the officers. You can hear an officer when he realizes that the insurrectionists had overtaken the police line.
We lost the line. We lost the line. LAPD, get back.
In this new security video, you can see the mob attacking officers with a crutch, a hockey stick, a bullhorn, and a Trump flag. I want to show you that same attack from the officer's perspective from his body camera footage. He was one of 3 officers that the mob dragged down the stairs. When they dragged him, they stole his badge, his radio, his ammunition magazine, and they tased him, triggering a heart attack. Here he describes his experience.
Looked like a medieval battle scene. You know, some of the most brutal combat I've ever encountered.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking.
Hey, YouTube viewers. Amazing day. I hope you're watching it. Make sure that we are acknowledging what's happened, that there's accountability. Whatever that's going to look like, there's accountability. It's part of it. There you go. Not the most sunshiny message today, but as I said, we got to take it in. We got to mark history. We got to understand what's going on. We got to make sure we're engaged, that we shine light on it, that we tell the truth, that we hear the truth, that we speak the truth, and that we challenge folks that can't see the truth. We got to do it. Remember that they are us, of course, and we can do this. We'll see how this thing keeps going, but unbelievable that we're living through this time in history. Unbelievable. That's all I got for you today. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day today. Stay awake, listen, learn, and have a great day. And remember, even when it's really damn cloudy out, The sun is always shining.